Hi guys, so I've got a bit of a spontaneous video today. I am going to be doing the Goodreads tag. I was tagged by Summer Winter. I'll link her channel down below, and if I can find the original person who made the tag, I'll link that too. But I'm not too sure who did it. I think this has been floating around BookTube for quite a while, so wish me luck on finding the original one. But if you know the original creator, then feel free to let me know and let everybody else know in the comments. Oh, and I got the questions off of a blog called Spines and Covers, which looks like that. And also I just found out apparently this tag was created by Spiralbookmark. I don't know if that's a blog or a BookTube channel, but check that out if you'd like to. Again, it was a little while ago, so I don't know if it's still running or whatever. So this is a selection of questions centering around Goodreads. I just want to put it out there that I know quite a few people in the BookTube community have decided to let go of Goodreads and kind of leave their accounts just because they're not really answering questions and, you know, fixing things that need to be fixed. They're doing a lot of changes and updates that kind of make our experience a little bit more faulty. Anyway, that's just my little 2 cents on it. That's kind of what I've grasped from other people, such as Riley Marie, Laney Reeds, Ginger Laney Reeds, something like that. Can't remember her name, and some other people as well. But yeah, check out their channels if you want to know a bit more about them. But anyway, so this is the Goodreads tag, as I've briefly mentioned, and yeah, let's get into the questions. It's spontaneous, so I might not have exact things here to show you, but I'm going to give this tag my best shot. Also, thank you very much, Summer, for tagging me. Right, so question number 1 is, what was the last book you marked as read? I have that to hand, and that was Only Ever Yours by Louise O'Neill. I have a full kind of rantish review on this. If it's up, or just whenever it's up, I'll come back to this video and provide a link for you guys, but you can always search it on my channel and see if it's up or not. Number 2 is, what are you currently reading? So I have a little selection of the books that I actually am currently technically reading. Some of them I haven't picked up in a while, some of them are more fresh books. So I'll start with the first one, which is called British Folklore, Myths and Legends, I think it's called. I can't remember who it's by, but I think it's like a Reader's Digest collection. I've been reading that since like sometime last year, I think. And then I've also got Doctor Who The Vault by Marcus Hearn, which is basically just Doctor Who. It's literally the creation of the show, just its fame and sci-fi in general. Another one here I've been wanting to mention on my channel, I don't know if I already have yet, but I've been collecting these magazines. They're called Enhancing Your Mind, Body, Spirit, published by D'Agostini, and they're really, really good. It's kind of like self-healing, chakra, healing stones, crystals, stuff like that. It's really interesting. It's got like little courses on how to do massages and stuff like that. Great if you're into that sort of stuff. And then the last book that I am currently reading, which is more of a fresher one for at least right now, is Return to the Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz, which is a sequel to The Isle of the Lost. Some of you may know it as Disney's Descendants, which is a film that came out maybe a year or so ago, and that was great. So yeah, those are my currently reading books. Number 3 is, what was the last book you marked as to read? I can quickly check that up now. The only thing is, I think when I'm on my Goodreads app, it doesn't actually tell me the most recent added one. I think it just collects everything together. I'm not too sure. Let me see what the first one is on this app. Taking its time, it's taking its sweet time. Okay, no, this is fairly recent. Sorry, I don't know where I got that from. I was just rambling for no reason. But the most recent thing I added as my to read, I guess, is Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. Let's see what this is about, because I saw someone shared a post which was one of the poems, and I liked the sound of it, so I asked what it was. So I think it's literally a collection of poetry about survival, it says, love, loss, violence, that sort of stuff. And yeah, I know some people haven't enjoyed it as much as other people have, but you know, it's up to me to decide whether I like it or not, if I ever get around to reading it. Right, so the next question, question 4, is, what book do you plan to read next? I don't really plan to read books. I kind of draw myself to books, I guess, but because I am filming this in February and I did have a February TBR, I've got a kind of selection of books that I want to choose from, so I don't have a specific one I want to go to straight away, but I have a selection that I would like to go to in the near future. So I'll quickly show you those. So they include, they're a bit dirty because they've been on my floor, The Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman, Half Lost by Sally Green, To Hold the Bridge by Garth Nix, and lastly Golden Hand by Garth Nix. Number 5, do you use the star rating system? I do indeed, and I just want to talk a little bit about that. I think that Goodreads should implicate a half-star kind of rating, just because when I like a book but I don't like it a certain amount, I knock off half a star or I add a half a star, and I have to make that clarified in my actual review. So it might look like I've given a book less than I really have, and I don't feel like the authors are getting a true representation of how I felt about the book unless they go through the review and read it. So I feel like in terms of actually making a good representation of ratings for an author or a publisher or whatever, they need to have a half-star mark to make it more fair, I think. So yeah, I do use the star rating system. I just think it's a little bit broken. Number 6, are you doing a 2017 reading challenge? I am indeed. I think I set my goal to about 65 books. I did 60 last year, and so because I just barely made it, I don't want to push it to the 70 mark, because every year since I started, I think I've been upping it by 10 or thereabouts. So yeah, I don't want to go directly to 70, so I think I've had it at like 65. So yeah, and also I don't move my choice of amount of books that I want to read up or down. If I set it at something, it stays at something. If I don't reach it, I don't reach it. If I do reach it, that's great. If I excel at it, that's even better. But yeah, that's my reading challenge. Number 7, do you have a wish list? I kind of do. I have like a little sort of extra like category on Goodreads where it's called the next 5 books I want to buy, but those 5 books have been on there for quite a few years, so I don't really follow it that much. I also have things that are on Amazon, like it's not really a proper wish list, it's not shared or anything, it's just if I see it as I'm perusing, I'll add it to that. Sometimes I'll go on and add it to my want to read list on Goodreads later on, or sometimes it just doesn't translate over, and vice versa. It's not really something that I follow religiously. If I see it in the shop and I have the money to buy it and I want to buy it then and there, I will. If not, I'll buy something else. I don't really have a list that I truly follow. Number 8 is, what book do you plan to buy next? I don't really plan to buy books, to be honest. Very rarely, I mean. If it's a book that I've been like really hyped about and been wanting to read for ages, or just excited about it because I love the author or something, maybe I'll go ahead and be like, right, I'm buying that today, I'm buying that next week, or whatever. But at the moment, I don't have a book that I plan to buy next. It's just, if it's cheap enough, if I want it bad enough, I'll buy it. Maybe I'm a little bit spontaneous like that. Like I go to charity shops a lot, and like hospitals and stuff that have like donation scheme where you get books and you just pay however much you want. And I'm a bit bad there because I like to buy quite a few from there. But yeah, I don't really have a book that I need to buy right now. Number 9 is, do you have any favourite quotes and would you like to share a few? I have some, but it's ones that I see again on Goodreads that I've liked, and I don't remember them, as bad as it sounds. I don't have anything that resonates truly with me just yet, so I don't really have any favourite quotes, I suppose. So no, I would not like to share any because I don't really have any. Number 10 is, who are your favourite authors? Okay, so I've done a video all about this and suggesting their books that I'd suggest for you to read. I will link that around because that goes into a bit more detail, but just to name maybe 2, I'll go for Rick Riordan or Riordan. I just never know how to pronounce his name. He's awesome. He does the Percy Jackson series, Heroes of Olympus, that sort of stuff. And then of course Neil Gaiman. I haven't read as many of his books as I would like to, but he is a phenomenal writer, I think. So those are just 2 off of that list, and yeah, if you want to know the rest of them, feel free to check out that video. Number 11 is, have you joined any groups on Goodreads? Yes, I have. They're mainly just like YouTube sharing things, so when you've got a new video on your BookTube channel, you just share it, and that's what I usually use it for. Some roleplay ones, but I don't really use those too much these days. And what I think is the last question is number 12. How many shelves do you have on your Goodreads profile, account, whatever? I have 6 shelves, and they are just read, currently reading, to read, favourites, next 5 to buy, and TBR books I own, which I don't update as often as I used to. But yeah, that's it for this video. I tag anybody who would like to do this. No one in specific really. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll speak to you next time. Bye.